How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to my garage, Zero to Hero. So yeah, it is Friday morning, and I've been a little bit up and at it already this morning, guys. As you can see, we've got a couple of things that I really need to take care of. So first of all, let's start off by having a look at what we've got loaded in the back of the truck. So as you can see, we've got the wheels and the tires from our trailer removed, because this needs to go onto the little coupe down by our workshop. We've also got the hood from our ramp truck, or, well, I guess we can call it the ramp truck now because the ramp bed is attached. So the hood and the fender is here. I did do the paint work on the cab as well, and that is already down by the workshop. And I decided to just go ahead and take care of this here at home. And as you guys can see, we've at least got something to carry on with today on the old ramp truck then. So I figured that is going to be a little bit better, and it's also going to give us a little bit more content. We've also got a gearbox that we need to go and swap out on a customer vehicle down there. So yeah, quite another busy, hectic day laying ahead for us, guys. We've got all of the interior from the little coupe here inside the garage. That is the dashboard of the Dodge Challenger. So I'm quite confident we're going to be able to take care of both vehicles' paint jobs today. And also a big shout out to Mr. Killerby for letting me know about the little bit of rust on the car that we missed. I'm pretty sure this one is perfect now. We don't have any rust issues on the little on the Dodge Challenger, and we don't have any more rust issues on the little coupe. So you'll also notice that we've got the welding machine in the back of the truck there, because I did manage to fix up this little part over there that was rusted away. And we also did up this quarter panel over here. I've got a little bit of black spray on that, because as you can see, we also sprayed the wheels and tires. Well, not the tires as such, but the wheels. A little bit of black paint on it. So my plans are we are going to go and get some tires mounted to these wheels eventually. I don't know if we're going to get to it today, but I already paid Louis for a set of tires for the trailer. So we're just going to roll with the odd wheels and tires on that car, or on the trailer actually. So yeah, guys, I think we're going to dive into this. We're going to start with the paint work today. First of all, the first car that I would like to get painted is the little coupe. So we're going to go ahead and put the paint in here. And I'm pretty sure we should be able to paint the whole car with the one can. If we do need to come back for the second one. Or you know what, let me actually just take this with. We're going to pop it in our backpack, and if we need it, then we've at least got it on us. And then I think what I'll do is we will also take the paint for the Challenger. We've got pretty much this half can from TC's truck, and then this one, another full one. And I also bought another one. So yeah, I kind of made provisions for that, so that we've got enough paint for everything, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and spray this thing in its original color. We've got a bunch of parts on the table as well. I spent quite a bit of money on all sorts of stuff. So guys, I think we are going to do this in probably a time lapse for you guys, seeing as that is usually what I do when I do all of these paint jobs. So let's cue some music and get this thing painted up. And then you guys can just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so there we are, guys. I think that is looking a whole lot better. So I think we managed to paint the whole car. I don't see any missed spots whatsoever. So yeah, now this thing can just sit here in the sun and dry a little bit. I was also contemplating moving this thing into the garage, because kind of that is our paint booth. But yeah, seeing as we've got two cars, I just figured, well, what the heck, we'll just go ahead and spray both of them outside and just take care of it. I also moved the Challenger a little bit further away so that we don't end up getting too much overspray over both the vehicles. And now we are going to jump straight into the paint job for the Challenger here. I think it's going to probably need a little bit more paint. Alright, let's go ahead and pop that in there. And I think we might need the second can because that one isn't completely full, so we'll see. I might have to swap paint again during the time lapse here, guys, because I think we're going to go straight back into another time lapse for this. I'll probably speed them up a little bit more and see if we can maybe use one song for both of the time lapses. So I guess here we go. Let's get back to this and see how it turns out. Alright guys, so that is that. We've got the Dodge Challenger painted up in black all the way. I think we did a pretty good job at that. There doesn't seem to be any missing spots. I think this corner just looks a little bit weird because of the shadow that the house makes on it. So I don't know. We'll probably be able to see once we get this thing dry enough if that is properly coated. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering something now, guys. Maybe you can help me out with this. So drop a comment down below. Do you guys think this car should maybe stay matte? See, we missed a little bit there. And do a little bit of something different on it? Or do you guys think we should definitely do the clear coat on it as well? So yeah, maybe let me know what you guys think. I don't know. It's kind of early days for me to start deciding about the final touches on this thing. Because... yeah, we're going to have to probably sell the little coupe before we can finish up with this car. Because we are going to need a bunch of parts still for this thing. And it's going to be a little bit, you know, expensive to get everything that we still need for that car. So I'm thinking we try and finish up the coupe. Because we've got everything that we need for the coupe now. That's kind of my plan, is to finish that car up completely. See if we can get it sold. Make a little bit of money. And then we've got money to spend on the Challenger. So that we can get that thing also, you know, put back together and hopefully sell it for a decent profit. So I guess we'll see. I would also like to get some new wheels and tires for that car, which I'm not too sure what exactly I want to do. Come to think of it, I was actually the thought crossed my mind that I wanted to put the off-road wheels and tires on it and maybe lift it, but I don't know if that's really the kind of style that I want to go for. Not on such a prestige, muscle car as such. So I guess we'll see. What I think I can do, you know what, we're going to have to come back home again. So I'm going to go and see if we can get the wheels mounted on the coupe down by the workshop. We also got to take care of our customer's vehicle down there and sort that all out. So then we'll come back and we'll see if we can rip these wheels off so that we can get them fitted with some tires and then just get our trailer again mobile. But I'm pretty sure the trailer won't really be as necessary to have anymore, because we are going to be getting our ramp bed truck up and running if everything goes well today. Alright, so let's just get down to the workshop and let me show you guys what exactly I've been up to there. Also did a little bit of prep work and getting things a little bit ready for us. So we're just going to make our way down here to the workshop. We're going to take our old trusty shortcut. I think it should be fine. We just got to take it nice and easy around this last bit over here. There we go. Yeah, this dip is a bit crazy. But alright, here we go. And I think what I want to do, let's maybe offload the parts in the back of the truck first. Alright, let's just park up here. And let's not forget our handbrake, otherwise this thing's going to go rolling down the hill. Alright, so first of all, I think let's open here. So there's our rollback truck or ramp bed truck or trailer bed truck. And I did get the license plate removed from the old rear bumper, so we put that on, and we still got the front bumper and stuff with that license plate on, so that is sorted. These parts, I think they are ready to go back on. So let's start with the fender. We'll actually just pop the fender on here for now. And this box is actually in the way. I need to still decide what I want to do with this thing. It doesn't look like these guys want their box back, so we'll see. Alright, and this is our hood, which can also, I think, let's just put it on the back of the truck here for now. See, I did miss a little bit of clear coat here and there, but that's fine. It was done so quickly yesterday, guys. I was just kind of like, getting everything ready for us, and I may have missed a little bit of clear coat here and there, but at least the hood is looking a little bit better. So yeah, on the two-post lift, we've got our customer car for today, which needs the gearbox. So this is a 1970s Dodge Super B, I think. Well, it says there's Super B at the back, so I guess that is what it is. So I think let's go ahead and sort this out real quick. It's going to be a pretty simple job. Alright, so let's lower this thing down. Oh, the control is on this side. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Yeah, just goes to show I didn't use this lift recently, so kind of forgot which way around I put it, Alright, let's see if we can manage to get this gearbox out. We'll undo the starter wire there. And then on this side, we'll come around here and take the bolts out here, and that should hopefully free it up, I think. No, I think I missed the other brackets at the bottom. Okay, let me just lift it up again. Alright, I'm sorry if I'm moving a little bit fast again today, guys. I've got just a lot of stuff to take care of, and I really want to try and see if I can get to everything. Alright, we need to undo these. Alright, I undid those already. I think it's just these two. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now we can take the old one off. And we need to transfer the starter motor over real quick. Alright, just get that bolt undone, and then this will just take this over to Steve's pawn shop a little bit later on. Alright, get this bolted down onto here again. Alright, that is looking pretty good. Alright, let's pop this into here. Alright, gotta zip that up. Alright, looking good. So I think everything is done down there for now. Let's go ahead and lower it back down. Alright, let's see what we've got to work with over here. Alright, so there's our two gearbox bolts. Let's not forget our starter wire. We go around this side. And then I think we quickly need to do a little bit of a test drive of this car. Just make sure it gets all of its gears now. So, yeah, first of all, gotta rip these legs out from under it. Alright, just like that. And this one. And let's get our doors open. Alright, I think that box, yeah, it's probably in the way. This thing is going to be in the way the whole time. And yeah, that cab is just acting a little bit weird. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and push it back a little bit. Alright, let's hop in here. And hopefully this thing is all fixed up now, guys. I mean, it's a simple job. We've done it a couple of times already. And I actually like these transmission jobs. They actually pay pretty well. And it's going to give us a little bit of money back in our pocket, guys. So that is great. The transmission, I obviously had to buy it, you know, out of my own pocket. But I think at least we'll still make a decent profit. Alright, let's just see here. Second gear, third gear, and there's fourth gear. Alright, all seems to be doing pretty well. Gearing back seems to be working pretty well. Yeah, this little Dodge Coronet is running pretty well again, guys. I think we managed to fix it. So yeah, I think we can take this over to our parking spot, and then we are going to just call up the customer to tell them they can come and collect their car. And hopefully they will bring the cash with them, and we will have a little bit of money back into our bank account, because we are kind of a little bit broke, you know. Alright, let's just park up here, nice and easy. And there we go. Alright, so I'm kind of thinking now, if we make some decent money off this job, we can maybe go and take care of something else that I wanted to do. So yeah, let me sort this out, guys. And then I will bring you guys back up to speed once the customer has collected their Dodge Coronet. And then we're going to continue working on our ramp bed truck. Alright, so there we go, guys. That is job done. So the customer came and picked up their Dodge Coronet, and everything is sorted out with that. We also got our payment. It was about $1,907 to be exact that we've made. Alright, so we are going to jump straight into this ramp bed truck or rollback truck or recovery truck of ours. Just going to start putting it back together. So the cab has been painted. I fortunately didn't have to paint the whole cab, so that is pretty good. So I just did a little bit of touch-ups, and I think it's looking a little bit better. Alright, let's see if we can also bolt down these two on this side. And there we go. So the other thing that I mentioned that I wanted to try and take care of is getting us some lifted springs for this thing, front and rear, because I think that'll help with our tire rubbing situation at the back. Because I did notice those are a little bit close to the edge of the rollback or the ramp bed. So we'll see. If it rubs, then we might go ahead and do that. If it doesn't rub, I don't think I'm going to bother with it really as such. But I guess we'll see. I might actually just do it because it's going to look a little bit meaner as well. Alright, so we are looking now for this, which is our brake master cylinder from the old cab. Which is actually outside, guys. I decided we're just going to hang on to that for now, because I don't know if I'm going to need it for something, you know, maybe further down the line in the near future. So I guess we will see. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that needs to go into this thing. So let's first of all take care of this. See if we can get everything mounted to the firewall. All right, there's our pedals. Yeah, I think that is looking good. So, unfortunately, the pedals aren't as color-coded as the rest of the interior bits, but it's fine. I mean, it's something that's kind of under the dash, so you don't really see it as much. We're going to have to hop in here just to see a little bit better what's going on. Just like that. And then let's also set the handbrake so that this thing doesn't decide to just, you know, roll up and down. All right, next up, I think let's do our steering column. All right, come on. Let's just get a hold of this thing. All right, get that in there, and then nice and easy to tighten up when the carpet is removed. Alright, anything else that needs to go in before the carpet? I think probably our wiper linkage also needs to go in before the dashboard at least. So let's just go ahead and get that into position. And there's another bolt right over here. Just like that, sorted, looking pretty good. And then I think we are ready to start with the rest of the stuff here. The wiper motor that goes in the engine bay. Alright, this thing is kind of parked right up against this wall, which is going to make it a little bit harder for us to work on the engine bay stuff, but I think we'll still manage. Then we've got ourselves some new wiper blades. These wiper arms are the ones that came, well, I think one came off of the little coupe and the other arm came off of the truck. So I guess it's fine. It's still good enough. So let me just go ahead and pop these on. But the wiper blades are brand new, so I think those are at least the more important parts. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this one installed on the opposite side. And I'm wondering if I should take all of the interior bits for the Dodge Challenger back home as well. I don't know, we'll see. I'll decide. But I think for now it's just going to stay here around here. Let's do the rear glass. Let's quickly get that popped into here. Alright, so that is looking good. And then the windshield. Yeah, just gotta see if we can get this in there as well. Just like that. I think that looks good. Alright, then we've got our window lifters. Where? I think I put them here. Yeah. Alright, so this is for the passenger side. I think it'll be easier to work on the ground, unfortunately. Just put this onto there, and now we've got those small mirrors, which I actually wanted to start with. This is the front right one. Just put them on the table there. Alright, so let's get this installed first of all. Alright, this is now on the passenger side. Let me just see if I set it down here. Alright, and then we can get this into here. And this one is a little bit tricky on this side. Just gotta get a little bit creative with it. Whoa, that's the box. Or I nearly fell over that. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our window lifter for the passenger side with our glass installed. Alright, I think this is gonna look pretty nifty with the white door cards and the blue inserts. There we go. That's sorted. So we are ready to put this door cover on, or this door panel, or the door card. That's what I've been calling it. This is the one for the passenger side. I think this is going to look pretty nifty. Let's see here. Let's get that onto there. Would you look at that? That is actually looking pretty good, guys. Alright, it's a little bit of a lighter white than what the rest of the truck's paint job is. So I think it's kind of going to work out. It's going to look pretty good. Alright, now we need to do the left-hand side as well. Let's go ahead and put that down on the ground. Where's my left window? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get this onto here. And we'll zip it down. Alright, and then pop that into place and just bolt that down. Alright, and then last but not least, this mirror needs to go in. Or not mirror, window. I just saw the mirrors there on the table. Which is probably the next thing I'm going to put on the doors here. Just get this thing up and running today. I think that's going to be our main objective for this truck. See if we can start using this thing if we need to. Alright, and then our carpet can go back in. And the carpet, believe it or not, is secured with the bench seat. Which is, I guess that makes sense. Alright, so I think it's just the 2 bolts. Yeah. I haven't actually done bench seats in a while, so kind of forgot about this. Alright, let's put that one down there and that one down there. And then that's our carpet. It's actually looking pretty good. I like the lighter carpet. It's just, I don't know if it's going to stay clean. That's the only other thing that I'm kind of wondering here. Let's pop the headliner in and then we'll get our screwdriver. Still haven't done the mirrors. Okay, we'll get to it. Alright, here's our color-coded rear view mirror. Just like that. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, the gear stick can go in. Just one bolt over there. And then it's the dashboard, which we're going to need our screwdriver for. And just look at all these custom gauges, guys. That's going to look so neat. I like it. That is really a pretty looking interior now. Alright, let's go around to this side. Just see here. Can I get to the screw? That looks good. Alright, well, I think that is everything. This fender is still loose. I need to come and bolt that down. Otherwise, that's not going to stay put. Still forgot the mirrors. Okay, we'll get the mirrors here in a second. Alright, let me just come and bolt down this fender before we decide to take this thing on a test drive and this fender goes flying. That would not be ideal. And another thing, I just wanted to double check. Did I even do this? You know, sometimes I'm kind of like on autopilot when I do stuff. And I kind of forget that I did it. And then I doubt myself. So that's just kind of how it works sometimes. Alright, now I want to see how those mirrors are going to look on this truck. I think it's going to look pretty nifty. Alright, so these are the heavy duty mirrors. I think that's what we can call it. And this has got a crap ton of bolts, and we'll just make sure we tighten them all down, and there we go. I think that makes a little bit of sense to have these wider mirrors on the rollback, you know, or the wrap bed. Okay, so let's come around to this side and get this one installed as well. Nice and simple. And up here, and that is it. So I was thinking about getting the trim on the cab here at the top, but seeing as we're not putting any trim on the truck here on the side, because we are going to be getting our Funcle's AutoWorks logo put on the doors later on, like the one on our sign there. So we might be doing that. I guess we'll figure it out. But okay, guys, so that is now pretty much everything sorted with our beautiful rollback truck. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks pretty nifty. And I kind of want to take this thing for a test drive, but I did notice we've got a bad differential that I need to try and address. So I think that's what we're going to do. Not too sure if this little scissor lift is going to lift the truck up like this, but we'll see. I don't know if it's going to lift it level. Alright, well, we just have to try. So I really want to see... Yeah, that actually works pretty well. Looks like the weight of the bed is actually balancing out pretty well. Alright, so I want to see if I can just crawl under there, get the differential removed and see what it is. And then I'm going to go and see if we can maybe afford a new differential over at Louis' Parts Store. So yeah, we might take a drive over to Louis' Parts Store as well. And see if we can rectify this. Because I think this is the only thing that I really would like to do. Whoa, there it comes. Okay, so... Alright, here we are, out of there. Okay, so this is a 3.2 locked differential, which in my opinion is not really necessary. So we might get an open differential rather for this thing. Where did I put that old gearbox over there? Alright, so we'll just leave that there. And then I think what I need to do is head back home after getting those wheels installed on the car. And then we'll maybe take a trip to Louis' Parts Store, get the tires mounted on the other rims, and get this all sorted. So what we're going to need is probably our low jack, seeing as the car is still sitting up on, well, it was on the ground. I put it up on jack stands now. So it's going to need the low jack in order to take it off of the jack stands. So let me just take this with, and we're going to put it in the back of the truck and just take it all together. Alright, and oh, I forgot this welding wire. We need to take this back in. Alright, I used up quite a bit of wire when I welded those missing pieces on the little coupe. So yeah, we might have to pick up some more welding wire if I can remember it. Alright, let me hop in here. We're just going to take this thing around the back and then get the wheels mounted back onto our grandpa's coupe, guys. And then we can probably even leave our shop truck here at the workshop when we get back from Louis' parts store, because then we can just take the old coupe back to the house, and you guys can see the cab and the bed is still sitting back here, which, as I said, I'm gonna hang on to that. I don't know if I'm gonna need it anytime soon, so I guess we will figure it out. Luckily it's not in the way and we don't need this space for anything else, so I'm quite happy with that. Alright, let's go ahead and take these hubcaps off one by one and get the wheels mounted again. And they even stole my spaces that I had on the car, guys. So that's just terrible, you know. And where did I... where's this hubcap now? I could have sworn I had it here. Alright, looks like... oh, it looks like stuff is just disappearing in this yard, guys. That's not ideal. Alright, we'll just put the hubcaps back in the bed of the truck, because now I don't know. I could have sworn I saw a raccoon here earlier today. Alright, you know what? Not a big problem. I don't know where the freaking hubcap went now. Okay, well, guys, I'm sure we will find it again, hopefully. It won't get missing. Alright, let's put that on top of there. Alright, let's go over to this side. Now we are going to be minus a hubcap, because I think that freaking raccoon that I saw earlier in that tree, he came and grabbed it probably. Yeah, gotta watch out for them raccoons, you know. Alright, put this one onto there for now. That's on our spare tire. Alright, put this onto this corner. So yeah, guys, don't worry. These wheels aren't going to be the permanent fit. I am going to be having a look at getting some nicer wheels again for the car. Might as well just put this on here. And then we'll get that sorted out. Alright, so let me see if I can get this thing off of the jack stands. And I was kind of wondering if we shouldn't maybe put some proper asphalt down here as well, because I've got the grass and the gravel growing, you know, over there on that side. Alright, just put that in there, and I actually wanted to put the spare tire in the trunk. Yeah, this is our spare tire for the car. Alright, there we go. That looks good. Okay, let's lower it back down. Yeah, I'm sure that freaking raccoon came and took my hubcap. It was just here now. Alright, well, not to worry. It's just going to motivate me to try and find some better wheels and tires for this car pretty soon. Alright, let's see. Get this under there as well. Alright, pop that in the back. Alright, let's lower it back down. And there we go. We've got our little coupe back up and running at least now. It's hopefully going to work out. Alright, guys. So now I just quickly need to take this stuff back to the workshop. And I don't think they'll come and steal those wheels. It might be better if we are missing the hubcaps, because then that way nobody wants to steal our steelies. Come on, is this door latching? Yeah, it is. Alright. Alright, so what I need to buy is some welding wire, well, the tires we need to get mounted. And you know what, I think actually we need to take this back to the house. Yeah, I think let's do that. We're going to take the jack stands back to the house, and we can put the little coupe there back onto jack stands, instead of letting it sit on the floor or mounting the other wheel. So I think that's good. I just want to put my wrench back as well, because this needs to stay here. This is the workshop wrench. All right, pop that into there. And then we're going to take a cruise over to the house, quickly get those wheels off, and then we're going to take them over to Louis' parts store and get the tires mounted. And also pick up the differential for the ramp bed truck. And some welding wire. I just gotta remember the welding wire, because I tend to forget stuff like that from the shelves. Alright, let's just get up this hill again. Yeah, I must say, guys, this little inline 6 that we put in this truck, it's actually doing pretty well. I don't think we'll ever need to upgrade this engine in this truck at all for any reason. Because this is just our little parts hauler. I might try and make this thing look a little bit prettier further down the line. Alright, let's just park here. Nice and close. Alright, gonna get those wheels ripped off of that car. Right, we're gonna use the low jack from here. See, that's the nice thing about having all the tools here where we need them. Alright, let's see if we can do this. The paint, yeah, it's already kind of dry. It's a nice thing having the cars in the sun. It actually dries up quite fast. And we're gonna need a wrench. Okay. Let's grab a wrench from here. And oh yeah, another thing. Yeah, I actually did this on purpose so that I can remember this, guys. Which is something I didn't do now in time. It's the fuel door. Alrighty. So it looks like we're just going to have to put some paint back into the compressor and get this painted as well. Because I wanted to replace this before I did the paint job. So that's kind of a bummer we didn't do this now. Because I think this thing is actually... It might be mangled. But if this one sits the same... Which I don't know if it will. Let's just give it a little bit of a test. Can probably turn off the flashlight. It's not really helping that much. Alright. I don't know. It doesn't look any different. So I may have just gone and wasted a couple of bucks on a new fuel door, guys. I don't know. Let's just put the old one back again. Because it is painted. And then we can also just check it out again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see a difference. Oh, what the heck. Okay, you know what? I'll decide off camera. I'll have a proper look at this. What exactly I want to do. But okay, what I wanted to do now was take the wheels off. So now, I'm going to need our wrench. Alright, let's get these wheels off. And we'll get them loaded. I see I put some bloody red paint on this now. That's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and take all 4 of these off. So yeah, I think we'll just give it a lick of paint again. If we really want to. Because I'm thinking of selling the trailer. Because if our ramp bed truck is doing pretty well, which I'm certain it will, we could potentially even sell the trailer and not need it anymore. Because, I mean, that's going to be... The ramp truck is going to be replacing the trailer. And making it a little bit easier for us when we need to go and pick up vehicles from customers. Or maybe even from, like, the junkyard. Because, believe it or not, guys, stuck in the back of my head, I still got that Dodge Charger that Ray's got there. I really hope he still got it. Because that's going to be a very nice project for us one day. I'm pretty sure of it. So I still want to see if I can get a Dodge Charger for us. That is kind of my goal here. Is to eventually get a Dodge Charger and maybe even some more muscle cars. We've got the Dodge Challenger, which is pretty cool. But it's not something that I had to start from scratch. It's kind of like taking over somebody's project that they started, which was already like... pretty well done, pretty far done. I was looking for this. There we go. Let's just go ahead and put this on this side. Okay, let's lower it back down. Right, now she can just stay on the jack stands until we get the other wheels mounted. Alright, so there we go. Let's just put this back inside. I usually put this under the table. Now, where is my wrench? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this off. Holy crap. Yeah, I can see I actually did I made a lot of overspray on this wheel. That's okay. Luckily, I still have some black paint in a spray can, so we don't need to get the compressor rigged up and all of that for this. Even on this one. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. It's not a big deal. Alright, so yeah, we've got 4 tires waiting for us over at Louis' parts store, so I'm going to go ahead and... get those tires mounted over there, and then I must remember the diff and also some welding wire. So Just close up the front door. Is the back door even closed? Because I don't know if I... No, that's closed. Okay. Alright, so onwards to Louis' parts store yet again, guys. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get the differential on the tires and also some welding wire. I must just drill that into my head so that I couldn't forget the welding wire again. Alright, so here we go, guys. Let's make our way over there and I'll catch up to you guys once we get there. Alright, so here we are over at Louis' parts store yet again, guys. So we'll probably pull around the back. I think we can actually go ahead and do that because that's usually where Louis puts all of our tires and such for us. So I think let's go ahead and reverse in here. I see he parked his truck here on the side today, but I think that shouldn't be a problem. We can actually go around him, and there we go. Let's just back it up here. And I also want to check with Louis when he wants us to start working on his little Niva for him again. Depends. I guess money is kind of an issue for him. You know, even owning a parts store, you're always kind of poor. So yeah, let's go ahead and sort this all out. I'm quickly going to also go and have a word with Louis, maybe before I start with this. And then we will see if... yeah, I see the tires there. We can get our differential and our welding wire as well. So I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I'm ready to start swapping the tires over real quick. Alrighty folks, so there we go. We've got the differential here and also 3 rolls of welding wire, which I think is just, you know, good thing to have. And right now what we're going to do is see if we can get these tires mounted quickly for our trailer. So yeah, these are brand new tires, and Louis cut us a nice deal, guys, because we're always buying stuff from him. So we got them for a little bit of a bargain. I think he charged me $50 a tire instead of, you know, the $60, which they usually are. And just go ahead and use this compressor because we are here. Although I just want to adjust this a little bit down. I mean, 2.5 bar is probably okay. Alright, so that is looking good. 2.5 bar. Alright, so the first one is done. Alright, and let's see if we can take this tire off. I was still a little bit concerned about this rim maybe being bent, but I think it was fine before the tire blew. So Louis is going to get rid of these tires. We don't have to worry about those. And let's get this on here. And then I think we will clearly see if there are any bends in the rim. I think it's fine. It looks pretty good, guys. I mean, it's just going on our trailer. It's not gonna need to be perfect. It just needs to be round, sort of round. Is this pressure still right? Yeah, it is. Okay, 2.5 bar. Alright, let's just get this thing aired up all the way. Yeah, I must say, this little air compressor that Louis got here is actually a beast. It's actually faster than our bigger compressor, guys, for some reason. Alright, this one is... yeah, it looks like the same wheel that we've got on the Lada Coupe, actually. I just chuck that out there, and then we're gonna grab a new tire and just get it fitted as well. Yeah, these look like the stock wheels that we've got on our little coupe, Grandpa's coupe now, so that's fine. It's just going on our trailer. Alright, air it up to 2.5, and there we go, ready to rock and roll. And now it's just the last one here. Alright, pop this on here. And we'll just chuck this tire on the pile over there. And get our last brand new tire mounted here. At least the trailer is going to be mobile, and if we do decide to sell it, we'll probably still get our money. I mean, I bought the trailer for, I think, 2,500 bucks. So I think we'll be able to get our money back because the trailer is still in pretty good condition. So there we go. All right, let's just pop that into there. And then we are going to make our way back to the house. We'll probably leave the doors open. I don't think it's a big problem if we leave those open a bit. And yeah, about the little Neva. So Louis says he's almost ready for us. He's almost saved up quite a bit of decent money because he obviously also still needs to buy the parts for his own truck. We're just going to be the ones installing it. And he'll also pay us a little bit of labor, obviously. So it's not going to be great money, but at least we are helping out a buddy, you know. He's kind of become like a little friend of mine now here in town. That's kind of why we are getting these good deals on parts, which is always nice to save a couple of bucks, you know. It's never a bad thing saving a bit of money. Alright, so we're just going to make our way back home, and I have to get a little bit creative in getting these wheels back onto the trailer, because yeah, I think I might have a plan. We'll see. There is a way to do it. It's not the best way, but I think it'll work. We will see. Alright, so for that plan of mine, I'm going to have to back this thing up to the trailer actually. So let me do it like this. We're going to just pull in here like this. Alright, get ourselves backed up to the trailer so we can hook it up, and then my plan is to slide the little jack under it, under the trailer, and hopefully get it kind of, well, okay, why did I undo the handbrake again? There we go. Alright, so let me see if I can drag this thing. It's probably going to roll on the, it's going to drag on the leaf springs there, but it's okay. Alright, so that is hooked up, and now we can probably get our jack under this thing somehow and just get those wheels mounted. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves the wrench. Alright, just like this. And the floor jack or the low jack. Isn't low jack supposed to be like a tracker? I think people call a tracking system low jack. But yeah, okay. Well, that was just a random thought that I had. You know, I get these random thoughts sometimes. That's how you guys know me by now. Alright, this is not ideal. Just gotta see if I can lift it under the axle here. Alright, we should be able to get both those wheels on. Let's grab this one. Alright, just zip it down. Okay, that looks good. Let's put both these with the kind of, you know, weirder shapes on the one side. Although they aren't a match either way, but I think that looks pretty good. It's good enough for a trailer. I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy. Right, are we going to be able to do the same thing on this side, or is this going to become mission impossible now? I think let's just try. There we go, that works. Alright, that should help. Let's get this one onto there. Alright, and then the last one is this one. See, this one's kind of got the round holes, so that kind of almost makes sense to have them together. I don't know. You guys, it's just me being a little bit OCD, which I think some people find it disturbing. But yeah, if I was really that bad OCD, I would have tried to get a matching set of wheels for it. But, you know, some things I'm willing to compromise in life. Alright, let's get this put back down there. What is this? Oh, that's the polishing disc. Okay, that fell off. Okay, well, not a big train wreck at all. So I'm quite happy with that, guys. So our trailer is now at least somewhat put together. Let's quickly do this. I'll do this with you guys. I usually tend to do these things, you know, off camera, but we'll quickly grab this black paint that I've got. We're just going to go ahead and do a little bit of touch-ups here on these wheels. Just like that. Alright, this one was okay. I don't think we've got any red paint on that. And this one, we'll just touch it up. Yeah, this is kind of a shoddy job doing it like this, but at least it looks better. Which is the only thing we are aiming for. Alright, let's go ahead and put this back in the cupboard real quick. And I think we are done here at the house for now. Everything that we still have in the back of the truck, the welding wire needs to go to the workshop, and also the differential is for our rollback truck. And whoa, okay. Let's not do weird stuff with the trailer here. Let's put up the handbrake there. Alright, I think we are ready to head back down to the workshop and quickly get that differential mounted. And then, if all is well, I think we should be able to test drive our rollback truck and make sure everything is working out the way that it's supposed to. Alright, so let's just make our way back down there, guys. We've been up and down quite a bit today. It's probably a whole lot of, I don't know what to call it. It's a bit of a mess. I think, what is something if something isn't, you know, organized very well? Chaotic? Yeah, let's call it chaotic. It's been kind of chaotic today. But, you know, at least we are doing the stuff that we need to do. And as I said, this truck is going to go into the workshop. I'm going to try and keep our vehicles inside rather, so I keep doing that. Alright, we've got space on this side. I don't think the truck is going to fit here with the engine stand there. So let's just pull it in here for now. And then we can get everything offloaded that needs to be offloaded again. Alright, let me just sit down. Alright, I think I'm going to back it in. It's going to be... yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just quicker and easier to pull it out if it's reversed in. And we're just going to park like this. Alright, get that handbrake up. Okay, and turn it off. And here we are, guys. We've got our differential here. And our welding wire, which I can probably go ahead and pop on the shelf here. We still got the glass for the other cab there, which I might actually go and put back into it, because might as well keep everything together that we've got. And we don't know what's going to happen with that, if we're going to need it for something. But there's the old one, there's the new one. That's just our spare tire, so we can go ahead and close up this side again. Alright, we are going to need our wrench yet again, which is here. And then let's get down here and get this differential installed. And yeah, the reason why I want to just test it out first and see if we've got any rubbing and stuff as well. That last bolt is usually a bit tricky. No bolts on this, so that is golden. And let's just quickly have a look at everything. Make sure everything is still nice and snug up down here. I think that's good. Handbrake lever is still good. Oh, cable still good. Still bolted down, and those are bolted down. Yeah, it's always good to do a little bit of a spot check under here, because we never really did any checks on the truck since we did the road trip. So, but everything still looks pretty good down here. The hoses are still nice and tightened down. Calipers, shock absorbers, everything looks good. Alright, so I'm thinking we are pretty good. So let me go ahead and lower this thing back down, guys. Alright, let's just set it down all the way. Alright, is that thing all the way down? Yeah, otherwise it's gonna cause problems. And I think let's go ahead and take this thing out of the shop. And that way we can also maybe park it up somewhere so that we can take a nice thumbnail pic of this thing, guys. Yeah, so sometimes I take the thumbnail pics before the time, sometimes I take them afterwards. So, whoa, okay, that pedal got stuck a bit. Well, made such a big rumble in the garage that the wheels started vibrating off. Alright, but here we go, guys. We've got our rollback truck now put together. It seems to be rolling pretty well. I like this. Yeah, that is looking pretty nifty. Alright, we are definitely gonna try and see if we can park this thing back inside the shed there. Alright, let's see. We've got no rubbing. I don't hear any rubbing from the wheels at the back. So let's just take it around the track here. Although we didn't do anything to the mechanics of this truck, it's still pretty much the very same truck that we drove all the way to the interior store. It's just got a new cab and, well, the ramp bed fitted to it now. So it shouldn't really drive any different. And we also had this engine in the truck before we converted it into this ramp bed, so it seems to be good. I'm quite happy with this, guys. It looks pretty nifty as well. I think maybe a little bit of polish work that still needs to be done. Alright. And then this truck will be good. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to park this thing now for a thumbnail pic. Might have to park it in front of the shop. I think that'll look good. Or maybe in front of our sign. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm going to park it here by the shop sign. And then this will be probably the picture that I take with my high resolution digital camera. And then we can also take a little bit of a walk around this thing real quick before we end today's episode, because I think we are done with everything. And I did notice we just hit our 1 hour mark as well, which is great. Meaning another video is going to be in the bag. But alright guys, you let me know what you think about the old ramp truck. I think we're just going to call it the ramp truck from now on. It's going to be a little bit easier. We've still got the trim on this fender, which I might actually just rip off because we don't have it on this side. And there might be a little bit of a dent there. But you know, it's a work truck. It doesn't have to be perfect. At least it looks presentable. With our beautiful V8 engine, big block engine. And the cooling system, I should actually check the coolant again because I haven't done this. Luckily, it's not hot yet. Alright, yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we're still good with coolant. Alright, so guys, that is our ramp truck now fully assembled. Beautiful interior. Big shout out to Justin once again for giving all of the parts to me free of charge. It's kind of like a donation. And guys, I think this thing turned out pretty well with our brand new ramp truck. We haven't even tested this, or ramp bed. But just look at that. That is gonna make our lives so much easier in hauling cars. Let's just get it tucked back in. Fully electronic, which is awesome. And I like it. So guys, that is going to be where I wrap up today's episode. So I'm going to probably just take a couple of pictures of this thing here in front of our sign. Might have to maneuver it a little bit closer. I think we'll put it right up against the sign here. Get a nice picture for you guys. And then that is going to be our thumbnail for today. So yeah guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really appreciate every view, every like. And also, I had to ask, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And also, guys, remember to stay safe out there. And then I will see you all in the next one. So, cheerio for now.